Hi, I'm Gwen, and I launched this Indiegogo campaign a week ago today, and it started off with a really great start, but it's slowing down, and I'm not even halfway there yet. I'm close, very close, but not quite there. So I thought I'd stimulate things and give you an update, and I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you the story of Marsupiale. This isn't the final label, but the artwork is by Thomas Antona. It's a possum. It's the only North American marsupial. But a little more than a year ago, I started, trying out, testing out recipes, trying out things, and seeing what was good and tweaking them, making them better. And I was working on, standard classic English pale ale, and it came out tasting a lot like Batham's, the bottle version, not the draft version, which are pretty different. And I wasn't too happy with it because I was like, well, it's not distinguished or different. And also it gave me a massive hangover, and I didn't want my beer to be like that. So I was like, all right, let me scrap this, try something else. And I was like, what could I make? And I had an Australian pale ale that I really liked. And I had a few other Australian beers that I thought were really good. And I was like, maybe something more like this. So I kind of threw together a recipe, and I started changing it a little bit here, a little bit there with each batch. But from the start, it was much better. It's got totally different hops, totally different yeast, totally different malt. It's a pale ale malt base, and it's got a little bit of crystal malt, a hint of sweetness in there. There's an Australian yeast strain that ferments it kind of dry, not too dry, but it adds a little sweetness. It kind of makes a malt stand out, and the hops, I went for New Zealand Cascade hops, which are a lot mellower and brighter than American Cascade hops, which I think are too grapefruity and too resiny, and not what I'm going for. It's got Australian Galaxy hops, which add a really nice backbone of bitterness, but not a harsh one. And it's also got some like dark fruit flavors in there too, and some orangey flavors. And New Zealand Pacifica hops, which also add a very mellow bitterness with some fruity characteristics and just like some classic hop flavors. And that's how I came up with Marsupiale. It is a superior Australian American amber ale, for lack of another term. That's what I'm calling it. And I hope to be making lots of it, and I hope lots and lots of people like it. Please contribute. Thank you.